welcome back, everybody. We're we're now on to the Twitch. I've already got my first bot on the Twitch, and I just started streaming a minute and a half ago. Come on, come on. Anyway, moving on. So, the welcome back, guys, to the Olivon Chronicles. I'm gonna do a bit of a recap, if you will, um, with our players. We have, of course, Jetta and Putter and Fraher and Bob Boss with us. Today we're gonna have looks to me like we've got the three Jetta, Putter, and Bob are gonna be kicking around here, and hopefully we can get Putter Frar on here soon enough. But we are picking up where we left off shortly after we made birth at at kind of this makeshift place that the ship the party is currently on, um, just on the side of a coast. Really, there's nothing there. It just they stopped there, and here's the reason why. So we'll go back in time. So the party first of all met in Roru. Some of this party have already had some run-ins with kobolds and goblins and things like that. Made Meepo a bit of a staple of the channel. The Meepo, a kobold who had a lot more guts than, and but not quite as much glory. Anyway, the party meets in and around Roru. They kind of explore a little bit, find some crab races, make some connections at the crab races, make a pet named Jeff, the crab, and the arrangements they make end up being with a pair of people who happen to have their own ship, which seemed to be right up most of the characters' alleys. Maybe a little bit less so Bob, but everybody else was pretty cool with it. And the ship is piloted by a young lady by the name of Sarah Solera. The family, it's a daughter-father duo that operates this ship, and Bayron is the father. So the main job that that the party was hired to do was basically just to protect the ship in the seemingly troubled waters of Ogopogo Bay as the ship made its way all the way up to Claymouth. Um, the On the ship, they were beset by some strange crustacean or barnacle covered humanoids that apparently live in the water, and they made very short work of them using the various skills that the party has now developed. The party was also intending on stopping along the way. Rephrase. Bayron Solera was intending on stopping to restock. They don't have many facilities on this ship. It's more like a glorified boat that can carry many things. But that's pretty much it. So they tend to make stops along the way, and one of the stops is nearby a community called Faymond. Um, just as they were stopping, the party came across this outcropping of rocks along the coast, where some more of these crustacean/barnacle-covered creatures seemed to be in wait, hunting. Maybe they were crabbing themselves. Not entirely certain, but it didn't take long for the party just to simply dispatch them. As they did discover that there was some sort of a portal to some structure that was underneath the water, but decided to leave it alone. Closed up the portal. They heard some strange like chittering sounds in there, and just like, nah, we're not going to deal with this right now. Closed up the portal and started making their way into the town of Faymond. It was suggested that Bayron wanted to go there just basically to get some new provisions, to get into the grocery store basically and find some groceries. But Bob had some other thoughts that might be up their alley too. So that's where we're going to get to. Getting to Faymond. So you guys in order to get to Faymond, you guys had to traverse a little bit of land, and it didn't take long for you guys to realize that this used to be a forest at one point in time. It is very definitely not forest anymore. There's still some of the tree stumps remaining. Many of the tree stumps have either rotted out or have already become one with the earth, and low bushes, if anything, a few volunteer trees left over from some seeds, perhaps that may have actually been able to germinate decades after the deforestation of redbud forest, which you now know is this area. But it's largely grasslandy type areas. In fact, much of the area has actually been turned to cropland, and so you are traversing through this cropland to get to this community of Faymond. Faymond is a little bit larger than Roru was. When you guys approach it, there is a large wall that surrounds the entire community, but the whole community is built basically onto um, the ocean side of a hill. And so you could see actually that the wall kind of seems to climb on both sides of the hill and then kind of reconnects at the top of it with some structures just inside it there too. You do see immediately from the outside, even you can still see much of the community from over the wall, but there, so you can recognize some of the structures that you've also seen in Roru before. There's another church there, and it seems to be almost, maybe it's even identical in design to the one in Roru. And then you also see there's one particular building that happens to have probably the only remaining tree from the original redbud forest. Is one very large tree that kind of protrudes out the beside in the middle of. Can't really tell from the distance that you're at until you actually get into the town. But there's this tree that happens to be right smack in the middle of some of the buildings. The rest of it, you do see a number of other trees that are definitely much younger inside the community, and they do seem to be redbud trees. It was almost as if they're being cultivated most recently, though. Um, and that's what you see. Now, there is no gate to the town on this side, so you'd have to choose to either come in from the south or come in from the north. You'd have to actually walk around the wall to get to the community to a gate of your choosing. And that is what you see at this point in time. It is a relatively nice day, to be clear. It's not too much cloud cover, a little bit of a breeze kind of at your backs as you guys are walking in from Ogopogo Bay.
Do we still look like various versions of Frar?
Good point. I forgot. In order to, yeah, you guys all look like a variety of different versions of the half-orc Frar. Nope. Yeah, half-orc Frar.
Why is that? I missed the last.
So fill that one in for me, please, Jenna, because I'm trying to remember exactly what the impetus for that was, and it's lost on me. It's been.
I started it.
There you go.
So we were warned that Frar might not be accepted into the village we're going into, and
Right.
We might get some strange looks. So instead of disguising him, we decided to make all of ourselves look like him.
Out of solidarity.
I don't think my character would do that.
I think you're right. I'm pretty certain I said that Putter would not be doing that, and I was going to let you rewrite that if you wanted to.
Yeah, I support you. I don't like racism myself, but I'm just too good to dress like that.
We also don't have any magic to do use.
So yeah, you'd have
Can you hear me now?
painted yourself up. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we got three Frars and a Putter.
And a putter.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure Bob was a blue Frar.
That's true.
Frar was normal Frar, and then I was baby combination of the two Frar.
That's right too.
So red with blue
I think
spots.
I was Mama Frar.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mama Frar, Father Frar, and then
Cuckoo Gaga.
the Mother Father Frar. Yeah, okay, whatever. Jeeps. So
the reason why I missed the session, my daughter graduated nursing school, so now she's an RN.
you know,
Congratulations.
that's something you definitely go to. I have a daughter who's got a dance recital tonight, and I get it. We're good. We're good.
That's super cool.
Yeah. She already got a job, so.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, well, they're bleeding for nurses here.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
For her. Good for her. Not good for the whatever. Okay.
Yeah. Back to work.
Back to work. Back to work. Okay, so which way do you guys want to come in? Come in the north, come in the south. It matters only in so much as you can still get across the town. It's just what you see first.
North. North is always nice.
North. And you guys start making your way around to the north end of town. As you get to that gate, kind of walking around the wall just a little bit to the gate that's kind of out of sight from it. You guys get to the gate, and there are some Azure Shield people here, some guards or deputies or something to that effect. That you can, and they're very recognizable. The same tunic as you saw in Roru. Maybe a little bit better kept though. That the blue shield is actually all blue and not cracked part or anything like that. And it's obviously been painted to be that way or dyed to be that way. But they look at the three of you and just ask for names. And that's it. But welcome to Faymond. Glad to have you here. What's your guys' names? Where are you from?
My name is Bob.
And my name is Putter.
Do they work for you, Putter?
They work with me.
Bob,
I've hired them.
We are his bodyguards. He's a very important person.
Looks like it. In any case, if you're looking for a place to stay, just or get a drink.
The nicest place to stay.
Well, the nicest place to stay. I could certainly. I would recommend. Actually, sorry, I lost my name. I lost my location already. Hang on. I have an answer for you on that too. It's actually a good answer. Patience. Sorry. Is that the one? Oh yeah, no. So here's a say. I personally prefer the Iron Flicker. It's kind of a nice establishment.
Is it the nicest establishment?
Not as nice as the great places in Claymouth, but nicer than most.
Okay. What is it? What's the name again?
The Iron Flicker.
Iron Flicker. Very good. And I toss him a silver piece, and I keep on moving.
Ooh.
Jet is just trying to sell the whole being like a half fork child thing going.
This doesn't seem to be phased by it at all. Which
surprising.
Yeah, based off of what you heard from Bayron and Sarah, that was a bit of a shock, and it was, it's difficult to tell whether or not it's because they said they work for Putter, or if it really is that half-orcs are actually accepted. But as soon as you step into town, you still feel very much like you're out of place, even as dark elves. There's no dark elves around. There's next to no half-orcs around. In fact, most of the people that you see... Interesting point of fact, as you're walking through the town, most of the people you see are that are moving from building to building largely are male and either elven, human, or half-elven, or something along those lines. There's the occasional halfling that kind of that you see wandering about town, but most of them tend to be male. And when you do see a female, they tend to look as though they're moving. They're at business. They're doing some sort of work. But when you walk in, you do see that there's a couple of blocks in, kind of looking around to see if you can make hide nor tail of the kind of facilities you see here. All of the buildings here are wood structures or wattle and daub structures that have the same wood. And fairly quickly, all the wood seems to be of the same kind of make. You notice one of the first structures you see is a little bit of a larger building, a two-story building, not as large as the church that you can still see on the side of the hill, but definitely something of a religious nature. Has a 8-pointed star just above the top beam of the door frame for it. But definitely something of a religious type. Before you start getting into some of the more populated residential areas of the community, you see past one location looks to be like an inn or of some sort called, and you can see a sign on it that says the Grey Gate. but the you guys, what is it? You guys tell me exactly what it is you guys are hoping to find, aside from the iron flicker, I suppose, in the community.
Is the father-daughter with us?
The father and daughter. Sorry, the father is. The daughter is not.
She's back on the ship.
Yeah. And actually, no, the father won't have actually traveled with you guys. He will have been a little bit behind you guys.
Can I ask him why? Why won't he travel with us?
Oh, he would have just simply had to collect some of his things to take into town first.
Okay.
Yeah, nothing towards you. In fact, he probably would have said something along the lines, it's just more like you're kind of clearing a path for me, I suppose, but it really doesn't matter. I just needed to... I wanted to be able to bring some of my stuff in case somebody asks about our pots.
Okay. Well, I'm looking for the tavern, the inn.
Okay, so... Go ahead and roll for me a general investigation check. We'll see how you do about finding things and what things you find really quickly. 9.
Oh, that's a...
Fine.
That's not what I'm going for. Okay. Yeah, okay. So, you make your way in and kind of start just kind of making out, actually, is there any other places that people are also looking for? Any other type of establishments?
For me, we'll just scroll the market, or at least the general store, for ingredients for my cupcakes and my other, basically chef stuff.
Okay.
I'm doing groceries.
I'm going to get you to roll me an
And-
investigation check then too.
If we can find an alchemist, someone that has potions.
For certain.
Jenna would actually like to check out the church.
That church that's right there.
Yeah.
Or like
She likes seeing what other people worship besides the traveler.
Okay, so and you recognize, of course, the main church, which is definitely the church to Alalos, same as it was in Roru. But this other one that has the 8-point star, is that kind of what you wanted to check out? Okay, cool. Wow, 9s and 4s, guys. All right. All right, that's going to make things very interesting indeed. Okay, so we're looking, first of all, for... generally speaking, you guys end up making your way through much of the residential area. It turns out that the marketplace kind of get the sense is actually at the other end of town. You would have, had you chosen south, you would have been seeing the marketplace first. So in the meantime, what you do see is a lot more governmental facilities. Definitely, like, there's a town hall that's just a very nicely well-kept 2-story building. There is what they call, one of the places, or one of the buildings actually has the words Hall of Resolution on it. It's not a large building, it's a fairly small building, but you do note on one side there are barred windows on it. You also notice that there is, of course, what's unusual compared to Roru is that there is a separate building as the Azure Shield House, and you do walk past that on your way through town. So the sheriff and deputies obviously are not connected as distinctly to the church in this town anyway. As for that first church, if you want to take a quick peek into it, that first church, as you step into it, this will be Jetta who steps into it. It's a Waddle and Daw building. The first thing you notice as you open up the doors, you hear a bell, and so you kind of look up to see if there's a bell in the door frame. There's no bell there, but you definitely heard a bell in the building. And you kind of look around the inside. You see this owl perched atop one of the beams on the inside of the building, just kind of watching you, watching the door, kind of thing. It smells of herbs in here, but kind of like a spicy thing, like red chili pepper kind of spicy. But what's even more impressive to you is as you step about 3 feet in, you are immediately washed of any of the grime that was on your clothing and outer parts, if you will. That the brine of the sea is now no longer on you, as you sense some form of prestidigitation has happened to you as you step into the building. And
Mhm.
as that releases, you are greeted by a half elf lady. Um, it says, "Welcome to the Temple of the Fine Weaver. Uh, my name is Lucilla. How might I educate you today?"
Hello. I was just looking to see what your church looked like, and also um, just get an overall tour. I am so interested.
That would be my pleasure. And there's not much to tour. I mean, it's not a large facility, but I can answer any questions you have. And over the course of the next little bit, for the sake of brevity, you are greeted to this building that has a couple of classrooms, one laboratory, and you get the sense fairly quickly that this is the Fine Weaver happens to be some sort of deity that is focused on magic.
Mhm.
And
Interesting.
um, couple of actually, hang on, let me just think about this one for a second. Um, yeah, no, after a little bit, Lucilla, this lady will actually look towards you and say, "You know that you don't have to keep up pretenses here. You can drop the illusion. I will not judge you."
Oh, sorry, I forgot about that. I just snap and turn back into
Ah,
Jetta.
that that makes much more sense. Your voice was much deeper for a child than I was expecting. Much more mature.
Yep. Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
Hmm. But she
Um,
basically greets you. You find that the name of this deity is Aethin, and they simply just call them the Fine Weaver. But that's their main gig is magic of the realm.
can I ask you a question?
It's my pleasure. Yes.
Have you ever heard of the Traveler?
Have I rumors? Who is he?
Well, he is the most powerful god in all the realms.
Ah, all right.
Here,
Do you
I'll leave you a little thing, and I'll just write "The Traveler is watching you" on a piece of paper.
all right. And so it's just like, thank you. You're a major yourself then.
Indeed, I am a cleric.
And where did you receive your certification?
Nowhere. That would be on, yeah, on the
Yeah,
streets. I used to be a criminal, but here I am now,
I
a
see.
cleric. It just goes to show how the Traveler can turn your life around.
I see. Um, you're not from here, obviously. So perhaps I should
No.
fill you in just a little bit. Um, if you are a practicing mage, it is expected that you have um, received certification in some way to get to as a way of saying that you honor the ways of Aethan properly. Um, we can start your education here, but you would have to finish it at Claymouth. So if this is a place that you would like to start doing so, it would be most appropriate for you to do so.
Hmm. Can I still play pranks and things like that?
I don't see I don't see anything too heavily set against that, save for causing damage or to life or limb, or emotional support. But if you can use the chaos for good, then of course.
Interesting. Well, I don't think the Traveler would like that too much, but I will definitely consider it.
Let me put it to you slightly differently. Um, there is a law that discusses that in the realm. That if you are indeed a mage, you are to be certified, lest you find the ill repute of those that you say you are no longer. You suggested you used to be a criminal. Well, you would continue to do so if you don't receive your certification.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll be
May I,
back.
may I point out she's still an orc?
No, she's not anymore. She's already dropped it.
Oh, she did?
Yeah, she did.
Yeah.
That's the main
Oh,
reason why
sorry.
she know. That's the main reason.
Ah, alright, sorry.
So,
I'm trying to see if I have anything interesting
Must
here.
have been exactly when I transitioned into...
Probably.
I think so. I'm gonna quickly pop pass without a trace on myself and just jet.
Sure. And she's go ahead, roll your stealth.
Okay, so this is stealth plus 10.
Rolls. So 18. Well, she rolled badly, so you're lucky. In any case, so yeah, you go to turn, and she's like, "There's many other places," and then you gone.
And then I just say to myself, converting people is never easy.
All right, that brings us now out to trying to find the inn, or as it were, that we were looking for before. It takes a little while to find it, especially after that little side trip that you guys just took. But once you do find, there's actually, it's nearby. You can hear the marketplace a little bit of a distance away. But you do find an inn that is by the name of the Iron Flicker. And what's unique about this particular facility, make sure I get to the right page of my notes. It is another wooden structure, but what's interesting about this one is that there's birdhouses. Basically, every second beam around the building has this birdhouse, has a birdhouse on it, and the birdhouses are all claimed. There are woodpecker-like creatures, birds that are just in and out and in and out all day, and they make it's not they're not songbirds. They make an absolute grotesque ruckus, but they're oddly beautiful in their own way through that ruckus. I'm going too far. There we go. So but you step into it, and it is very much a sense of like a 3-star hotel kind of location, which in this realm is like today's standards 5-star. It's actually a fairly nice location. Large foyer, some general seating, not much like a tavern per se, or a restaurant even. It's just general seating for people who are waiting or something like that. There is a front desk, and then there is a couple of halls to either side and some stairs to go up to an upper level. And at the counter, shorter counter, because the person behind the counter is also much shorter. You see a dwarf sitting behind the counter. Black hair with braid coming down each side, and very trimmed beard for what you're used to seeing from dwarves, and fairly well put together for that matter too. And just, "Hi, welcome to the Iron Flicker. Travelers, are you?"
Yes. We're looking for some rooms.
Looking for some rooms. And I'm now DM is going to step in here for just a little bit. You would know that the most you would want to be staying here would probably be for one night, because chances are Bayron and Sarah are going to want to get back onto the ship and go again soon. But he did say you got one night, so just as a point for clarification there. Okay, so for all of you one room, we can certainly do that if you'd like.
I'd like my separate room. I'm not sure about my colleagues.
And they'll just
I don't mind.
I don't mind either.
So that's 4 rooms then.
What was the inn called again, you said?
The Iron Flicker.
Iron Flicker.
And how much is a room a night?
So for we have a couple of different rooms you can choose from. If you want the executive room, there's a little bit of a place for you to get some work done. A large bed, well turned over for you. That one's 5 silver per night. If you want something a little bit simpler, just a couple of beds in the same room, you can get more people in it, but it's still only 5 silver a night.
I'll take the executive.
And for the 3 of you,
We could just share.
Frar will probably want his own room, but he also doesn't really. Actually, you know what? I think Frar's gonna say.
You can share a room with me. I don't mind.
Frar's gonna say, "You sure? I'm loud."
Well, we've shared sleeping space before, so I don't mind.
Okay, so you guys get yourselves basically 2 rooms then between you guys, and he ends up putting you guys up in a little bit of a larger suite that's got a little bit more space for bedding for you guys. You guys get your keys to your rooms. Just knock off 5 silver for Putter, and then how you're gonna do the 5 silver for the other 3 of you guys is up to you guys.
Well, I will pay.
Okay. And so you guys can step up into the rooms, but what you find in here is that there's no eating space except for like this little breads and cereals that set out on a counter like a super basic continental breakfast available in this particular building. But it looks like that this dwarf has put a lot of time and effort into these rooms. They're nice. You can't, as soon as you close the door, you don't hear anything from neighboring rooms. In Putter's room, it is a queen-sized-ish bed, which is massive for this kind of realm. And you do have a very nice desk laid out for you with a ink and quill and ink pot ready to go. And actually, there's even some parchment laid out for you there too. And for the other room, there are 4 beds in the room. 2 of them in one off-shot room, another 2 in the main room, and none of them have a privy. But what you will have had explained to you is that there is actually a privy and a bathhouse on one end of the building that you can take advantage of if you wanted to.
Okay.
So for Putter, so far in the past while, this might be one of the best places you've stayed at.
Oh, lovely. I'm going to take advantage of the bath. Does that cost extra?
Oh no, well, only if you want it privately.
Only if I want a private.
If you want the bathhouse privately. We have many patrons, and they all tend to use it at the same time.
I want a private bath.
Then I will then that would probably be another 5 silver, but I will book it off. You tell me what time you would like it at.
What time is it now in the day?
It would be approximately shortly after the lunching hour. So around what would be 1 o'clock.
We'll say in 3 hours.
3 hours. I can get that set up for you. I'll put up a sign and I'll kick everybody out so that you have it for yourself. How long do you want it for? Hour, 2?
Oh, just an hour.
Hour sounds good. I'll set that for you. Starts scrawling things out on a signboard. What you will also
5.
Awesome. What you will also notice is that there is actually a job board or announcements posting here that you can take a peek at if you wanted to.
Yes, please.
Okay, so on the job board, there are tea tables set up aside here. So the job board is just kind of behind one of the tea tables. Reading some of the postings, there's largely there's handiwork job postings. It seems like some merchants have come to town and need an extra hand or so with their wares, and so they put a job posting here. There's a couple of wanted posters. One of them looks ridiculously old, and kind of is covered up by a bunch of other postings, so you kind of lift up to have a look at it. And there's no picture on it. There's just the name, Seeking Xerxes, Scourge of the Seas. And that's pretty much all the information there is on it. There's that for the most part, it's largely just community job postings and announcements. One of them says, "Watch out for the bake sale that's happening in about an elven day." So it won't be happening anytime while you're here.
Who was the person on the wanted poster?
Xerxes, Zertes.
No red orcs wanted.
No red orcs wanted.
That's good. Does it say like dead or alive or anything like that, or is it just?
It doesn't actually say much more than Scourge of the Seas. Where it would have said many things that was covered by other postings that when the postings were removed, it tore part of that paper. So it looks like it's been up there. It almost looks like it might be near to as close as to the age of the building. It's been there for a long time.
I
Oh,
take
wow.
down the wanted poster and I go to the dwarf and say, "Who is this guy, and how much is the reward?"
You know, that was on there before I got here. I'd say your best bet would probably be to go talk to the sheriff or to some other one of the council members would probably be able to tell you. Oh, which council member would probably tell you? I'm gonna bet. Hang on. I have my council members' names. Just bear with me here. Yeah. Oh, he's one of the council members. Oops. Ha. One of the other council members. Darius would probably be able to tell you a little bit more about it. Go check out Runes and Relics. Sorry, Various' shop is just down around the corner. You might find something in there you like anyway.
You guys want to join me?
Yeah, I'm in.
Lead away, lead away.
Okay, so we head over to Rooms and Relics.
All right, and it's not hard for you guys to find it with the directions that you were given. And so as you approach Runes and Relics, see, I knew we were going to dive all the way through down. It's a lot. This building is constructed a little bit differently than most of the buildings in town. It is very much a log stacked on each other kind of structure. When you step in, what you notice is, and the Runes and Relics, it really is just a simple placard above the door frame that simply says Runes and Relics, but it has like 3 exclamation marks behind it. But you step in, kind of a musty smell when you step in. It's an open space. You can just simply wander around the room, and it really is relatively easy to wander around because all of the wares, all of the things that you see in here, and there's for a wide variety. There's headbands, there's clothing, there's music boxes and jewelry, and they're all behind glass doors. As you step in and start kind of wandering around, a couple of moments after you step in, a human kind of emerges from a back room and looks to Bob, who is still in half-orc form, right?
Oh, yes.
So, looks to Bob and Farrar and says, hello, glad to see that we have some new customers here. Just be careful of the glass. How can I help you?
Is your name Darius?
Yes, it is. And you are?
My name is Putter. I come to ask about Xerxes, Scourge of the Sea.
Xerxes, Scourges.
Yes. And I show him the wanted poster.
And there's not much on it, but wow, that's there's actually a poster about them. I know of it merely as rumor.
Why is he then wanted in your town?
Oh, he's wanted everywhere, I would imagine, then. If he's actually wanted. He's more of a myth than anything. This like a story that scared children. We haven't had any dealings with anything like Xerxes for some time now.
I assume he's a pirate?
Oh, yes. I apologize. Yes, a pirate. Apparently one of the most well-known pirates, one of the most furious and certainly one that you would never want to cross. Stories of just simply looking at him would render you either unconscious, beguiled, or something along those lines.
So he's a mage.
That's what the rumor suggests.
And what is the reward for him if we bring him back dead or alive?
I didn't even know the Shield were still looking for him. You would probably need to speak to the sheriff about that. I'm not even sure he would know. Hi, Janet.
So I waste my time looking for him then.
Oh, I hope not. I mean, you're welcome to look around here, at the very
Do you
least.
think I'm going to find him here in the
Well,
store?
I apologize. No, I'm just trying to sell my wares.
Hmm.
But if you're looking to find a pirate, there are still plenty of pirates out there.
Of course.
Just
But there's no reason to hunt him if there's no reward.
Be right back, guys.
sure. Truth be told, I didn't even know that they were still looking. It's been years since we've heard from him. Many years, for that matter. I'm trying to think of the last time he was even brought up. But if you were to talk to the Shields, they might have, like, documentation?
The Shields. The sheriff.
Yes, the sheriff.
Okay, can you point me in his direction, please?
Certainly. The shield house is just a little bit further up the hill that way. Can't miss it. Has a big blue shield on the doorframe. It's about a block away from the church.
Okay. And last question. Do you have any magical potions of healing for sale?
I have magical, not necessarily potions. If you're looking for something more along the lines of potions, I think Little Hunt might have a better chance for you. But let me just see what I've got here first. And starts kind of wandering through the space and just kind of looking. Potions. Is there a particular potion you're hoping for?
Healing.
Healing. Oh no, then that unfortunately I have artifacts that will allow you to climb walls better, and I have artifacts that will make it so that you can intimidate your foes a little bit, but not so much so along the lines of healing. That would probably be best found at Little Hunts.
And your magic items, how much do they cost?
Oh, I range. I have a number of smaller trinkets that do very simple things, somewhere in the neighborhood that run from around 50 gold, all the way up to some much more valuable items that require being behind the glass, and lock and key. And so, but we also find them from unique backgrounds, and sometimes the most enticing part of the sales is the story that goes with them.
Hmm.
Do you have anything less than 50 gold?
Kind of starts looking around. I do not believe so.
Okay.
My
was
mic
worth a shot.
is my mic crackling for everybody else too?
Mhm.
It's squeaking.
It's squeaking. Okay, let me try something here. That's unusual. Okay, I'm gonna try and reconnect my microphone then here, guys. All right, is that better?
Yes.
Yeah, a lot better.
Thanks, guys. A gentle type of beeping. How kind of you, Janet. Thank you for saying so. Okay. Yeah, not much less than 50 gold at all, unfortunately. What we do here, me and my husband, we tend to. Well, my husband does a lot more of the traveling, and he goes quite far afield to find some of the relics that you might see here. There's one that I've been had my eye on for a while now, but well, the proprietor's not interested in getting rid of it quite yet.
Hmm. I'm just curious. What do you have underneath under 100 gold?
Well, I do have one of the things I have is this. Just kind of it pulls open a drawer and sets out a very tiny little ruby. Um, this particular item here it tends to serve as a kind of focus for those who are of the arcane sort, which is a lot of people around here, for that matter. And so, if you would like, you can simply affix this to a weapon or to something along those lines, and then you would have no need of a wand or, well, whatever it is that mages use.
Hmm.
Freeze up your
Anything
hands,
else?
as it were. Let's see here.
Do you happen to have like an acorn?
A
Yeah, well, it's like a
acorn.
special acorn. Let me look at my list. Hang on. Keep that spell.
While you're doing that, I'm also going to be looking up my list of magic items here too.
All right, that was a level 2 spell. That's right.
So the one challenge of being the DM is having all of the notes and then having to try to find them real quick.
It's a gilded acorn, where inside there's like a little fishtail or like a tuft of fur or a feather. It's very expensive,
Intriguing.
very rare. Mostly people with conjuration magic use it, and I'm in need of such of an item.
Intriguing. An acorn with a fish inside. Is that what I understand properly?
Like a fishtail, yes.
A fish tail.
Yeah, or something from an
Sounds-
animal. Basically, it can be like a tuft of fur, or it can be a feather. It doesn't have to be a mammal, a fish, or a bird, as long as there's like something from it inside.
And would you think that there would be many people who would have a desire for such an item?
Well, I can see people, magic users, who would like to conjure up animals, would have need for such a thing. So I don't know if there are many people in this region to do so, but from where I am, the tribe I came from, we often use this magic to summon beasts to help us in times of need.
I must admit, I have never heard of such a thing. However, there are many magical artifacts that I have never heard of, and they're all just wildly intriguing to me.
Do you just trade in magical items, or do you perhaps infuse them yourself? Is this something you might be able to make, or somebody in the town?
Oh no, we chase down stories and procure the items that carry those stories.
Right.
Usually they come with some sort of magical property with them. Come to think of it, I do have a variety of scrolls that they're simple, but they might be useful. And she starts making her way to a glass cabinet, pulls one out. Yes. So this one apparently allows you to create campfires really quickly and easily, and then pulls another one out. This one apparently makes a bell in somebody's head.
I can do that.
But... Oh, marvelous!
Yeah, it does 12 points of bong damage.
Wait, you have cantrip scrolls as well?
These are cantrip scrolls, yeah.
Alright, I didn't even know they made those. Could be like, what's the market for cantrip spells? So everybody can do them.
These ones tend to like they're
party
they
tricks.
tend to go for 50 gold, and so frankly, the people who tend to get those tend to be mages themselves, but want to have the guise of being a magician for just a mere moment, perhaps.
So they're fakers.
Well, I say we go on to Little Hunt and to get some potions of healing. And go to the sheriff.
What's your professional opinion about finding such an item in the big capital Claymouth?
Oh, I'm sure you can find all sorts. There's probably at least a dozen, if not more, magic shops in the southern ward of the city alone.
Right. Then I think I will keep my coin in my pocket and bid you farewell. I don't know if my other party still needs something.
No, I'm good. I'm good.
I'm saving my money for diamonds.
Diamonds? What quality and quantity are you looking for?
Enough for a revivify spell once I get there. Have my studies.
Okay, so if I remember correctly, that's around $300 bones in value. Yes.
Yes.
Let's see what I have. I'm not sure I have one that large, but
it's okay. I don't have enough for it yet, anyway.
Oh, I see. Okay, well then, and quickly locks the door. If you have a need, I may actually have such a thing.
Oh, that's wonderful.
In the future, if it's needed.
Well, I will possibly be back to get that, so I can revive my fallen allies.
Well, I hope you don't have too many fallen allies in your future, but I certainly understand being prepared nonetheless.
Indeed.
If you are in, of course, if this doesn't suit your taste, let Little Hunt know I sent you.
Okay.
Wait, who's Little Hunt?
Oh, Little Hunt. My apologies. Her proper name is Jasmine Little Hunt, but most people just simply call her Little Hunt.
Yeah, but I didn't. Sorry, I dozed off a bit. Who is she then?
Oh, she's the proprietor of. She just simply calls her little hut Little Hunt, but she does herbs and potions and the like.
All right, I understand.
And I hope you enjoy your stay. You're obviously not from here, but where are you staying for that matter?
Oh,
Oh,
the one fancy place.
we are
Oh,
the Iron Flicker.
Fargrim's place. That's fantastic. Um, good fellow, that one.
Mm,
Have a great day.
thank you. And we head out. Actually, guys, is anybody interested in potions?
Oh, I was more thinking maybe we could, like, I think the Soleras told us that we could stay here for the night, so
Yeah.
maybe we can like do something to earn some extra coin. We see every time we walk in the shop, we don't have the coin to buy anything.
Yeah.
So maybe there's like a quick fix, like something we can do in a night and make sure we don't miss the boat tomorrow. Like snatch a
I
little
will
extra
not do
gold.
manual labor, but if it's something dealing with
And maybe we can kill a monster, or we
that,
can.
I would love to do.
I love killing things. I'm in.
I mean, easy, quick, in and out.
Yeah.
How
But
it always goes.
I do
It
have
always
my
goes
bath.
without problems. We just go push.
Absolutely.
I have my
No
bath
side
at
tracks.
4.
Nothing could ever go wrong.
My bath is very important to me. It's filthy,
I think-
but I can postpone it for a while.
I think there was a message board, like with jobs offerings before. Shall we see if we can find something?
Yeah, but before we do that, can we please go to the Blue Shield to talk to the sheriff about is there a reward and how much the reward is for Xerxes?
Oh yeah, right. We already did see some job. Sure. Follow.
Yeah.
I'll follow you, Pador.
Okay,
Let's go.
so we go
Talk
to
to the sheriff.
Stay
Sure.
away from the church, or try to hide me if possible. I might have pissed off some priest.
Well, you can disguise yourself again. Right?
Okay.
I can just do it once a day. But
I'll just hide behind Putter and
I think-
Bob.
All right.
I'm not sure how long we've been in town already, but I could assume that the magic starts to fade.
Oh yeah. How long does that last anyway? That
I
disguise
think
self?
8. I think 8 hours. But
I'm gonna get you to look up
Memory.
into that one.
Disguise self.
this guy said, yeah, 1 hour. Sorry,
Oh, it's only 1 hour, yeah, so you guys
We've
are
already
definitely
been
back
gone
to-
already.
Yeah, you're definitely back to Furbolg status by now. Okay.
Ooh, I'm the new green. I'm the new blue guy in town.
So you step into the Shield House. It is a much simpler facility than it's not attached to anything like it was in Aroru, but it is still very much a place of organization, and there is a couple of like what seems to be like desks that or tables that the various people who work in here facilitate. And at this point in time, there's 2 people in the facility. One of them is a halfling, a female halfling, much more adorned than the rest. Doesn't really look like she wants to be adorned. She's like got very simple clothes on underneath her armor. But she is. What's unique about her actually is her skin color. Is that it is not a typical humanoid skin color that you're used to. She's got this very rosy pink complexion to her about everything. Nothing. There's no skin tone to it all. It's just pink. Think like bi flag kind of pink. But she's also got, and as she kind of steps around to greet you, you notice that her feet, this halfling's feet, are much larger than even this would be normally standard for a regular halfling, and looks almost like size 13 shoes on a halfling. She's just got really big feet. Yes, and the other person that you see in here is a tiefling, a male tiefling that is sitting in the corner. Horns that kind of come out from behind the ears and then wrap like a wreath out in front. They're almost meeting in the front. Um, but as the halfling approaches you, hello. How can I help you today?
I show her the wanted poster and say, I want to know if this guy's still wanted, and I want to know what his reward if he is
Xerxes.
wanted.
Xerxes, I've heard of. Hang one moment, and it goes over to a ledger. It just starts flapping back and back and back and back and back and back, and starts scanning the lines. Xerxes, yes, okay. Pirate, as I understand it. Last known whereabouts Ogopogo Bay. Um, it's apparent that. What date is this? This is nearly a decade old. Um, have you had a run in yourself?
No, looking to make coin.
Well, it says here that they are amongst probably the wealthiest pirates now. Um, yes, there's a place here where they got the broken tire. They've got, um, man, they have quite some accolades if they're as pirates. This would definitely not be a person you would want to cross. Flips the page.
Why is there
Their
a wanted
wealth.
poster then?
Where was the wanted poster?
No, why?
Why is he wanted?
Oh, well, because he's a pirate, of course. Looks like he's stolen from some fairly influential families in Claymouth in particular. I don't know much more about him than that. It's probably if you're able to uncover a treasure from him. Oh, you're treasure hoarders.
No,
No.
You know,
we we're bounty hunters.
Oh, well, that's slightly different. And you're looking to.
That's
The
why I'd
bounty
like
on
to
this
know
one.
what the bounty is on this
I
person
see.
dead alive.
Well, we're looking at it. If you are actually able to locate this person for whom I have no record of for the past 10 years, 11 years, math
so he
is a
might
thing.
be dead.
Um, then you're looking at you would be able to procure for yourself from one of the Claymouth families, easily 15,000 gold to be precise. You might be able to speak them up a little bit, saying that you were able to.
You have not heard from him or activity from him for the past 10 years. That's what you're saying.
That's what the book here is saying. I've only been posted here for 5.
For the last 5 years, okay.
And I
Any-
assume dead is good as as alive.
Oh, I would imagine at that rate that would be true.
He might be
Especially
dead
if-
already.
It's
dig
quite
'em up.
possible.
We'll fish him up again.
It's
That's
quite
a
possible.
locate object spell. We will locate up a corpse. Do you have a picture of him?
Can I get him?
If we have a picture, yes.
There was no description. Just
Or we
the
could
only description
scryer.
I have here is don't look at him, or don't no.
Hmm.
Sorry, don't let him look at you. That's the only description I've got.
Okay.
So he's
All
like
right.
Medusa.
Right. Any monsters perhaps in the vicinity that troubling town and needs vanishing, vanquishing. Vanquishing. Sorry, that's
Monster, no. There.
Bandits.
We tend to get a lot of unusual fairies creatures here. There seems to be a kinship between our realm and the Fae in this particular area, but nothing that seems to be particularly dangerous. Perhaps a little bit.
Not everything
Trickster.
that looks different is dangerous.
That's
And I
very
look at
true.
myself and my red friend over here.
That's very true.
And my blue friends over here. Who are also like very lightly blue. I like pale blue.
I'm surprised, to be honest, that you haven't had too many dealings in this area with people who are slightly less understanding. Even me, with my obviously unusual
Well,
skin, was
people
kinda
seem
frowned
to
upon
be,
when I first arrived.
People seem to be less racist when you're big and tall and strong.
Yes, that's very true. And this halfling just kind of sighs in front of you. Um, that's partly why I actually employed nowhere here, um, and she points to the tiefling. Tiefling's just kind of sitting back in his chair, like,
What is his job?
says, "Oh, he's the night deputy."
Can I
And
say something to the tiefling?
Sure.
the halfling is the sheriff, right?
Yeah, that's the sense you get anyway.
Yeah. Right.
I'm sorry, Ginny Gemjar.
It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance.
Cutter.
Glad to meet you. I if you're really you're looking for work for the adventuring sort, are you?
Yes.
As long as it's
Well, it
quick,
has
we
to be
have to
done
leave in a
tonight.
day.
A single evening.
Yes.
Well, I did. I don't know that there's a lot of coin in it, but it's something. One of our locals having a tough time locating their children.
Inside the wall or outside the wall?
Oh, very much outside. They tend. The last that I heard is that they seem to spend a lot of time closer to the water, closer to the bay.
And what is their race?
Oh, they're humans.
And how long have they been gone?
That's the thing is I believe that they've been gone through the night, and that's the part that's unusual for the Christmas family.
And how old are the children?
I believe one of them was 11, another 7, and another 5. Molly, Luna, and the young boy Alfie.
Absolutely, we'll take care of it.
And there's no other people looking for them.
Well, their parents are looking for them.
Yeah, but you didn't send out any guards, or
Oh,
the
I
town is
apologize.
not assisting, or you're just
no,
leaving the parents to find out their children.
We have 2 guards that have gone out to go searching, but we only can release that many at any given time simply because that's all that we have populated here. That
And
being
should
said, they've also been gone overnight before, and this is not the first time.
I was just about to say, have they reported back yet? But the answer is no.
No, they have not yet.
They should have already, or
I'm
Can you
anticipating
point
them by supper.
Can you point out approximately where they were last, where they believed that they were going to go?
Your best bet. Ooh, along the coast is what I could tell you for sure. I believe the 4 of them were going to fan out based off of. They've been playing. Funny, you come in and ask about Xertes, and then I tell you about some children who've been playing pirates along the coastline.
Okay.
and where can we find the parents?
Oh, probably out there on the coast looking. If they don't find anything, they will report back here.
Can you
Yulia,
do?
sorry,
Can you
go
do
ahead.
me a favor? Can you inform the hotel that suspend or pause my bath until we get back? I think we're gonna leave now
To go
while we
look.
still have daylight.
Well, I could see my way to doing that for you for certain.
Thank you.
I need to go check into the anvil anyway, so yes, I can do that.
Shall we?
Yeah.
There's no reward, right? You guys realize?
Honestly, if you're able to locate them and they were in harm's way, absolutely, there will be a reward. If you're not able to locate them, I mean, if somebody else locates them before you, then obviously there's no reward.
And how much coin are we talking about?
For 3 children,
Probably 1,000.
part of it would be no. I'm
Per
so
person,
sorry.
right? Per
I would
person.
not be able to say that. Part of it would have to be something that we arrange with Yulia and her wife as to what we do. So I don't really have an answer for you on that because, of course, they haven't posted such an amount yet.
We'll see what we can do.
I say we do it. I'm sure we'll be fairly rewarded once we find the children.
That'd be my intention. It would be most appropriate for me as a shield representative to reward you appropriately for your work.
Or give us like potions of healing or something
Oh,
similar.
certainly. That can easily be managed.
If the rest of the
Paying
party's
goods.
interested in that.
Be paid in goods, yes.
Hmm.
I'm gonna buy that from the money anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, that part I could certainly make my way towards. We have a proprietor here who's particularly adept at some herbs and potions.
Okay. I say, party, that we head off and find these adorable children.
Good day, good day.
Good.
Real
Have a great
quick
day.
to the tiefling. I'm curious about something. Can I say in Infernal, the equivalent of, "Hey friend, how's it going?"
It's been a long time since I've heard that. You guys are now having this conversation in Infernal.
Mhm.
Long time since I've heard this tongue.
Yeah. I figured it would be nice to hear.
You know, normally I understand that. But I'm trying to make good around here. Are you?
Trying to make good around here?
Yes.
I suppose so.
Okay.
Trying my best.
You kind of get the sense that he's definitely trying to peer deep into your soul at the moment. It's like, okay. And he switches over to common. Most people don't appreciate that tongue here. I don't mind it, and I thank you for trying to share it with me again. But I'm also trying to leave that part of me behind. No offense.
No offense taken. I was just wondering.
No, it's fine. You don't find our kind around here very often. You and actually pretty much your entire group and me.
Yeah.
we're
Same with
not-
my kind.
Yeah, it's been a long time since I've left Stiax, and I'm quite fine with leaving that behind now.
Can I insight check them real quick before we go?
Sure. Yeah.
I'm nosy. No.
Yeah, you got to take him at his word. It's kind of an average response on that dice roll. There is definitely something behind what he says. Like he's seen some shit or something along those lines, but don't necessarily have any idea where or why for. Just that he's trying to make good.
Well, if you ever want to join us for a nail, we're here for a night.
I can, if you're drinking first thing in the morning, that's when I'm off shift. I could do that.
Okay.
You're gonna go look for the kids, right?
Yes.
Okay. What? Listen for the littlest one, for that boy. Doesn't know to shut up.
Okay.
All right. And with that, you guys exit the Azure Shield house, not being arrested, Jetta, and make your way out of town?
Yes.
Question mark? Okay.
Before we leave, guys, I would still like to check the message board. Maybe there's another job that we can combine, or
It was mainly just like manual
something that pays.
labor.
It was manual labor mostly.
Yeah,
Like
a lot of
helping
it was.
merchants move. Go ahead.
Oh, you
Yeah,
already
it was-
looked before.
Yes, we did. Yeah. Yeah. So that was and the job board was in the hotel that you guys are staying at. In the
Right, Frar, you can do the manual labor one. We'll look for the kids.
This is- what's he gonna say? He's gonna
We'll
say this.
we'll send him to carry boxes and stuff like he used to do, as he also done that work in Roar.
He's gonna say. Actually, you know what? He's gonna say. I think I might.
Shall I roll
Kids
a
tend to break under me.
Shall I persuasion?
Yeah, go for it. Roll it.
Four.
This is- he's actually gonna. And if that's with that roll, we're just gonna let him go with you guys. We're just gonna let him go. With you guys. All
I
right.
was just joking. We could choose you probably.
There we go. Okay.
There's a big monster or something. All right. Shall we go to the north of Turkey? We came through the north, right?
You came through the north, but the
Let's go to the
Ogopogo Bay is
west.
largely to the west. So, and so you guys start
Seeing
making
your
your
map,
way.
that's not entirely true.
I'm not looking at my map. Hang on, let me think about this one. Going to the coast of Ogopogo Bay, Faymond should be, yeah. And so it'll be like east and east northeast-ish kind of thing. So, I said east. I should say west. I'm sorry. West northwest.
Okay.
Wow.
I was making a SpongeBob joke.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Anyway, so yeah, west northwest. So if you're going towards the Ogopogo Bay, you got a couple options. You could go back to the ship, which you know where it is because you kind of just traveled in from it, or you could try to go some other place on north or south of the ship on the coast. What do you guys feel like you want to do?
Which is the closest to the town?
West, bro.
West, yeah.
Okay, then we'll go there and then
That'll be
start going south from.
The quickest way to go to the beach is probably the road.
Yeah, I don't think the kids
took,
would walk too far to play pirate.
I agree.
And then we either go wherever the more coast is, north or south from there,
Right.
on the west
Okay.
coast.
So it takes you a little while to get back there. Not too long because now you're going downhill, and so you find that going downhill is actually a little bit easier to get to the coast. Yeah, you were able to get there without too much, and where you end up back at ends up being right where the ship was anchored in, and so you can start kind of making your way south and just start looking along there.
Maybe the kids were playing on the beach, and those green algae fellas took them in the portal that we destroyed earlier.
Possibly, yeah.
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
Okay, well, why don't we roll, you guys? Let's go for a perception check. We can have 2 perception check from 2 different people.
I'll do
Or
one.
You
one
don't
with
want my
advantage.
perception, guys. You really don't want mine.
I can do it. Mine's pretty high.
A 10. I'm rolling terribly today.
Well, we're kind of hoping we're getting 10 and 13.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, 13's
So you-
bad for me.
So you guys kind of make your way back and start. Actually, you know what? I'm going to offer this one out to Putter then. So if these 2 are doing perception, why don't you do a survival check for me? And you'll see if you can track something.
No, that's also pretty terrible.
A 1.
No, they went back
That's
in
on
the
point.
town, guys. I see the tracks. They went back in the town.
Putter's pretty certain that you guys are facing north right now as you're walking your way back to the ship. Yeah,
That's our own track spotter when we left before.
Yeah, there you go. But yeah, so with a 10 and a 13, you guys get back to the ship. The ship is fine. Sarah's when you guys get there, Sarah's just kind of wrapping up ropes and moving around a couple of crates, and you start moving your way south. South happens to be where you kind of came ashore to get rid of those, as
we
you call
pass
them.
Sarah,
Oh yeah.
as we pass Sarah, I call out to her and say, "Have you heard any kids around in the area?"
No, I saw a couple of people walking up and down the coast over there about an hour ago.
And which way? North of us or south of us?
South of us.
That must
Do we need to be
parents.
worried?
Maybe
We're looking for some kids.
How about Jeddah if you climb into the mast and take a big point's eye view
Well,
on top of
actually,
the crow nest?
Guys,
Yeah, that sounds fun.
actually, guys, I don't often talk about this, but there's a crow with me. And I'm going to ask my crow to fly up and fly north while we look south. And
Very
ask it
awesome.
if it notices anything to come back any kids. Okay?
Even better.
I like it. Then, in that case, roll for me a perception check for your crow, using your crow's stats.
Yeah, I just got.
Have I given you a sheet for that?
I believe you have, but yes,
Yeah, I
you
did.
have.
There it is. Yep.
And while he's
Oh,
doing
this
that,
is
I'll try to climb.
Sure. And yeah, and you'll be able to do that. The sail is folded up right now, so you
Okay.
could just you basically use the rope and such to climb yourself up. And I'm convinced you can do that without too much hassle. There isn't really a nest per se, but you can still get to the top of the mast without too much hassle.
Okay.
Um,
Don't
13.
forget your spyglass.
So, Putter, is there any specific thing you want to do to ask your crow to go and look? Are you actually first,
I'm
the first
asking
one?
it to look for small humans, children,
Okay.
and then once
Okay.
you find them, come back and tell me. I don't think telepathy works that far. I don't know what
Um,
the distance
Yeah,
is.
you can also take control over
Homebrew.
him if it's familiar.
Yeah,
Right,
homebrew.
but I
So
would have to concentrate on that.
Yeah, that's true.
yes, that is very true. And so, just to be clear about a homebrew with it, um, and it's not so much of a homebrew as it is I'm actually reading rules as written. Jeff Crawford tells you that you can only do the things when the familiars within 100 feet of you. I go by way when it says while your familiar is within 100 feet of you, you can communicate with it telepathically. Additionally, as an action, you can see through your familiar's eyes and hear what it hears until the start of your next turn. That part, the additionally part, does not have the 100-foot restriction on it. So I kind of generally
Yeah,
speaking
you
make it
can.
a 1 mile restriction without an Arcana check. If you want to go
You
further
can.
than that, you have to do Arcana checks.
You can like tune in to your birds now and then if you like.
Okay, I'll
See
do
where it
that
hangs out.
every like 2 minutes or so. When I
Sure.
ask the crow to look, once you find the children, to circle around it, and I'll let him know when I'm listening in or looking through his eyes. So we tell him, and then we'll meet him at the location.
Okay.
Just stay with the human then, the humans up
Sounds
in the
good.
air.
All right. So then with that, so now you're going to crawl up to the top of the mast. So I'm going to get you to re-roll your perception then, Jetta.
Okay. Hoping for a better roll this time. There we go.
There you go. All right. So, Jetta,
Oh,
crawling
damn.
to the top of this mast, you are able to get. It's a clear skies, which is really nice. It's made a huge difference. The storm that was moving off to the south has definitely moved around you as opposed to towards you. So you've got clear vision for a long distance down the coast, up until the point in time where the rocky formations just end up being like 1 or 2 pixels in your distance. Because yeah. Anyway, so you're able to see quite a long ways, and as you kind of get up there and settle in to the waving mast that's kind of moving just from the weight from the pressure of the water moving the ship, so you kind of get used to it. You do clock a good solid 2 or 3 miles away, a speck of a thing, kind of walking out towards the rocky outcropping, and then back inland a little bit, and that's when you can kind of, if you sat there for long enough, you could probably find a couple other people there too. But you did definitely see one person a few miles down.
And do I get a sense of like size? Is it like an adult?
Pretty far away to tell that, even with a
Okay.
22.
Got
For Putter's purposes, while she's climbed up that mast, you've kind of checked in with. I have the name. I do have the name.
Night Shadow.
Night Shadow. There you go. Yeah. So you kind of check in with Night Shadow and are able to just kind of see where they're looking at, and it's a lot of rocky coastline and a couple of tree stumps here and there. There's nothing really sticking out to you that's completely different. Just looks like a standard coastline with a couple of crops set up a little bit further inland from the edge of the waters. But he keeps on flying and he keeps on looking and scanning.
Maybe I should do the same for the south side. And I also conjure up a crow, as I can do for 1 hour a day. As I also cast find familiar. Slightly variation, slimmed down.
Beautiful. So your crow kind of emerges on your shoulder. Anything in particular you say or do to it?
Fly off to the south. Look for any people you can find, especially 2 children. I will be
3
watching
children.
you. and head back before. You don't need to head back. Just keep flying straight south for 1 hour. Because after an hour it dissipates anyway.
Right. So the crow and just kind of up and lifts off, flies about 15 feet up in the air, and then kind of does a little bit of a swoop around you, and then starts kind of flying south. And as you peek into him, you do not see much unusual activity. There's a couple. He gets a little bit closer to the ground. Actually, I don't know that for sure. Why don't you roll for me a perception check for this crow?
Well,
Jeddah.
he would see the people that Jeddah saw, right?
Eventually, perhaps. We'll see how well he rolls.
A 9 plus whatever
I
a
stand
crow
corrected.
has.
So the crow is kind of flying maybe a little bit too high to get any significant definition, but what you can tell is that there is indeed some people off in the distance, and they seem to be spaced out from each other. Jeddah, the only other thing with your 22 that I will make sure that you recall more than anything, because you were expecting to see it anyway, was that little makeshift flag beside the rocks that you attacked those barnacle-like creatures at. You will actually also see that there's a field. I'm going to say a little bit south and east of you guys right now, and now I actually have my cardinal directions right. That seems to be full of grazing, very hairy ox-like creatures.
Can I check out the flag once I climb back down?
Sure, you certainly can. So when you get back to the flag, oh, pardon me. Oh yeah, when you get down to the flag, what you see there is same as you saw before. There's a couple of corpses now kind of floating in the water, mind you, because you guys didn't do anything with them. But there is still that flag that's just kind of set at the portal. The water level has raised a little bit, so not much, but the water level has raised a little bit. So you can only just barely see the wheel to open up the portal. The flag looks to be made largely of just like a torn garment of some sort, like what might have been a tunic at one point in time. There's no name on it. There's no sigil. It's just this gray flag.
I wonder if the kids went in the portal.
I wasn't with you guys last time, but can we breathe in the portal? Or is it filled with water?
The portal was not filled with water last time you were there. All you had when you opened up the portal was this kind of sound from inside it.
Should we enter the portal, see if we see the kids?
You're going to open the portal?
Maybe send in your bird friend first.
Ideally not. I don't want to lose my bird friend.
Well,
actually,
you make a new one, right?
I can send them in. How long has it been flying north?
Not long. I'm going to say probably about 10 minutes max.
Okay, let's give it an hour at least to search. And I asked him to fly like at 80 feet.
Sure. At which point
so yes, he could see.
He sees what you find him kind of locking his eyes on, and a couple of times is some. You do see that there is a couple of crows cuddled around what looks to be some sort of a fresh kill of a coyote or something like that, a rabbit that's had some remnants left over. So it's a carrion bird. So he's looking for carrion as while he's at it, and he gets kind of attracted to that for a moment, but then remembers his mission, carries on straight forward, sees a few rock hopper kind of crab-like creatures, but at the most, that's the only living things, or not used to be living things, that he notices for the next hour. And he covers a good distance for that matter too. For Bob's sake, Bob's purposes, Bob's crow, the crow actually gets to those four humans and notices that they're keeping themselves pretty close to about 20 feet of separation between them, walking towards the ship at this point in time.
Wait, how many? There are people coming?
4.
But I would just see it myself, right? Not the crow, because he's flying far away.
It's the crow that's seeing it, and so you've checked in, and so I'm assuming you're checking in with the crow and just kind of every once in a while just blipping into his vision.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
am. But
okay.
he would. I told him to fly straight for south for an hour. So like by now he's way far away from the boat
Yeah, quite.
to be seeing anything. But there's people coming towards the boat.
Yep.
Right.
They don't seem
Would
to
we
be
have?
looking at the boat. They seem to be looking around the ground. Um,
Hmm.
you hang on. Do you see and
Wait,
hear?
are those the parents? Hello, ahoy!
Now
I
you're
shout
saying from the ship.
from deck. Yeah, from the deck.
Oh yeah, they're still a long ways away though.
Ah,
Yeah, the bird flew for 10 minutes, and as the crow flies, that's a good solid distance.
oh, it's at the crow. Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
Sorry,
yeah,
I didn't really get that.
yeah. Okay, so you guys are gonna open up the portal then, are you?
Well, I am.
I would say let's let the crows fly for an hour, and then I'll call my crow back, and I'll send him in. And is there a way I can message you this way?
All right. He is messaging me. I am now nervous. Okay.
Maybe we could take an hour's rest on deck first to
For
have
sure.
lunch. I'm hungry, to be honest.
Can I use thaumaturgy to make my voice louder and shout
Yeah.
out towards the 4 people?
Absolutely. What are you gonna shout out?
Hey, people over here. I thought it would be way cooler than that, but that's what came out.
Everything is cool when you use thaumaturgy. Okay.
Yeah.
So, atop the mast. Is that where you are when you're doing this?
I was down by the flag.
Okay, fine. You're down by the flag. So, you boom out your voice, and you could hear it just kind of echo along uh, the cliff face of the coast here. And you kind of watch to see if the humans notice anything. They're too far away to tell for sure what they're doing. For you, anyway.
Okay.
But the crows carry on for the hour, and they don't see anything highly unusual. They do see some other like fishermen along the way, inspect them. They're not children, but there's not a lot that they see.
Okay, I call my crow back.
Okay, and
Double
Bob, your crow
speed
just
possible.
dissipates.
Okay, guys, I'm gonna send my crow down into the portal.
Okay.
You know what you saw what I sent?
Where did you send that? Did you send that in the Discord?
Yes, in Discord.
Let's have a look. See. Yep. That is correct.
Okay.
Alrighty. So then so this has now been 2 hours since you guys have been here, which means that those humans are actually a whole lot closer now. And so if you were to try the thaumaturgy again,
Yeah, I would just keep trying.
okay, fair enough then. So as you do, they're still a good solid distance away when Putter opens, but not so far away that you can't tell. There are 4 humanoids, and they they've definitely come out fanned out in what you can only assume is a search pattern. But now on one of your hey overhears, you do notice that one of them kind of clocks you and then points and kind of gestures to the other ones and starts walking as Putter opens up the portal. And Putter, as you open up that portal, it's pitch black inside from your
Okay.
perspective at any rate. It's also it's starting to get down to the point where the sun is starting to get a little bit lower, and you open up inside, and what you see, when you send your familiar in, it just kind of disappears into the darkness and starts kind of looking around. Are you in your familiar's vision at the moment?
Yes, I am. I asked Bob to watch my back while I'm using my
And
familiar's
Bob,
eyes.
beauty. So
I will squeeze you in the shoulder when something is wrong.
Okay.
the familiar kind of crawls around into into the inside, and starts looking around. descends a good solid 20 feet down some stairs that kind of curl almost from the portal, actually, just down into a tight little spiral onto a level that seems to have um, the floor seems to be made of tile of some sort. And there are more stairs that go down into another lower level, and you can see a large grand piano down there. And you can see that there's a couple of doors to what seems to be like this large glass room on one side. And it's quiet in here, unusually quiet.
Okay, do I
I
see
need you
what's
to roll
through
a
the...
dexterity save for your familiar.
Okay. Well, I only could do a dex.
Yeah, that'll be the same.
Hello.
It's
You get
thinking.
it?
It's thinking. I think
Well, I
it's
clicked
thinking.
it twice now.
There it is. Okay, cool. So the 19 is the one I'm going with. The 21 is still pretty good, but the 19 is the one I'm going with. Um, if you're in its vision, you can actually hear kind of this little thud of something almost rock-like on tile, and the familiar just dips and dodges out of the way of something, and you only get a bit of a glimpse of something that's got this very large carapace, lobster or insect-like kind of form before as your familiar darts away across to another part of the room.
Okay, he is flying. He's
He
not
is
walking.
okay. He is flying. That's all well and good. The part of it is that you get the sense that from the familiar that the familiar wasn't really going to be hit, just that something was swiping in their general vicinity.
Okay. All right. Does the familiar see anything dealing with kids? Like, I don't know, like toy swords or eye patch or...
Let me just pull that up here real quick.
They were playing pirate. They had stuff with them.
Yeah. Go roll perception check while you're in here.
Okay. 15.
All right. In this space, no, but now that they're actually looking around a little bit more, it's a large open chamber. Uh, Seems actually rather opulent. Whatever it is down here is nice, like like noble party kind of cotillion kind of nice, and but they also see now this thing that attacked at them, just kind of sits and is now kind of like listening or sniffing, or its strange insect-like face is just kind of scanning the room and not really able to see Night Shadow at all.
Okay, but how about any suggestion of children being down here?
No suggestion in this space at any rate, but that does seem to be a suggestion that there is a lot more spaces connected to this large open chamber, both behind the insect and further to the in the opposite direction.
But I thought you said there was a glass wall.
It opens up into a room that seems to be it seems to have its walls made of glass.
But I can't see through the glass.
Well, you're not in that room. There is another wall that's kind of blocking your view into that classroom. You can see it.
Oh, so I can't go. I'm in the. I can't go to any other rooms as it is right
The insect creature is blocking your access to that glass room.
now. Okay.
The other direction you could go if you want to send him that way.
Well, let me ask you. The insect creature. How tall is it?
It's really big, like much bigger than you are in comparison to the familiar. If you're looking
Well,
through the
it's
familiar's
not that
eyes.
possible. I could fly up towards the ceiling and drop down behind them and go in that room.
No, not likely.
Okay, then I'll continue looking, and I break contact real quick. Say, I think, guys, we need to go down there. There's an insect creature that will attack us once we get through there. But my gut's telling me the kids are down here. Haven't found evidence yet.
Yeah, let's absolutely check
is
it
it?
out.
More like a gut feeling or something.
More like a gut feeling, yeah. And it also seems very opulent. There's a grand piano down there for some reason. So there might even be treasure, which is another reason to go down there.
Should we talk to the people first who are coming?
I don't like sharing.
It might be the kids' parents.
I think we're showing enough.
Friar's going to speak up. You said there's an insect-like creature.
Yes,
Is it killable?
it's very killable.
Then let's go.
Okay, and I checked my Raven's eyes again, and do I see anything, any hint of children as it went further down the hall?
If
Or
it goes
the
down
room?
further into the hall, hang on a second, I can make sure I get this right. It'll actually, if it goes further in the opposite direction from the insect, it's actually going to go into another room that looks like it was a greenhouse. The at one point in time, there's lots of plant life in here, and it looks like they were well potted and soiled, but there's not been light down here for the plants to survive. So everything that would have been in here is now either withered or already decomposed.
Okay, but any signs of children or
No signs
children's
of children.
toys? Okay, I tell my night shadow to stay where he's at. We're coming down towards you, and you can come. Once we kill the insect creature, you can come over.
It
And I
just
said,
kind of
this insect creature is large, so be ready.
Okay.
And I say, you guys go first.
Hold on, give me
I'm right
one
behind
second.
you.
All
I'm
right.
gonna use thaumaturgy one more time and say, sorry, I can't wait for you. We're gonna try to find your kid.
All right. So let's see here. Let me get this all set up properly here for you.
Can I do something?
Oh, I said grand piano. It's not a grand piano, but it is a piano nonetheless. Okay, we're gonna go like this here, and let's see here. Get all these tokens where they need to be. There's a sushi roll on this thing. How did I copy a sushi roll and not the rest of you guys? All right. Jeddah and her bizarre spiritual weapons. Okay, so the first one to go down is Frar. He's ready to hit something. And so let's get you guys a map, shall we?
Yeah.
Being that you guys have dark vision, you guys will be able to see things immediately. So I'll describe it before I give you guys the
I
map.
don't have dark vision.
Right, good point. But Jeddah and Putter do, and so officially does Frar. So Bob, what you'll see as you kind of step in, the light that's getting low, you'll kind of step down this little coil of stairs that will then end up being set to a set of stairs that just kind of create this U shape. But then you can't see much beyond that because the light is too dim. But the
light a
stairs are going
torch.
down. Are you gonna light a torch?
Here.
All right, let's light you a torch. Let's get you.
Wendy, I actually have devil's vision or devil's sight.
Meaning, remind me.
I can see
They can
normally in
see
darkness,
part.
both magical and non-magical. 120
Marvelous.
feet.
Okay, so it's 120 feet, so I gotta change that for you. But we're gonna get you some light all the same. Torch light is pretty bright, so this will help considerably. And then let me change this here for you so that it says the right things, or it gives you the right vision. Has dark vision for 120 feet. There we go. Yeah, you can see that whole room. So as you step in, Putter in particular, you can see the whole space now. You do see a piano that's in there. It's not a grand piano, my apologies, but it is a piano nonetheless. You do see that there is a lower level that you've now stepped down to, or that you're now on the stairs above. There is this large statue in the middle of the room. There is a large table, and then the place that you were looking for first was where your familiar was kind of swung at by this large insect-like creature, and you do see him at the bottom of a set of stairs to your left. You don't see right now. You don't see the glass room yet because of where you are. You just don't have the vantage point. And Jeddah, you see many of those same things as well. I think the only thing that you'll see them all. You'll see all that space. It's not that big a space.
Are we on a map or?
Yep, I just wanted to describe it for you first,
Okay.
and now that we've got said description,
I
let's
say
give
we
y'all.
go in and just start shooting like
Yeah.
this
Yeah,
thing.
you'll see the creature real quick. I want you guys to roll for me a stealth check first about trying to sneak in.
Okay.
And
Are we doing this stealthy?
Real quick before Bob does anything, I'm gonna give you my blessing of the trickster.
nice.
That's like an extra roll, or?
It's advantage.
So you, okay, well you got your
So,
15,
yeah, you're
so that's
good
good. Okay.
Of course, I'm the one who messes it up.
Yeah.
Because you're attending to me, probably.
Yeah.
So it's actually, yeah, Jetta, as you kind of try to, get reach out for Bob, Bob kind of descends and you kind of miss, and you're like on the first sets of stairs. And so, let's actually, I'm going to switch these tokens around. I'm going to make it, no, actually, because Putter said he was going to come in last.
Yes.
So that seems, yeah, no, that seems right. And so you guys can now see this large insect-like creature on one side of the staircase. Why don't we just roll initiative and get right into it? Go ahead and click on your token and hit your initiative buttons.
Oh, damn. Nice one.
And
And,
8. And a 1 for Jedi. How is that possible?
and mine. And I will put Frar in. I'm actually going to make Frar take the dodge action just because I'd rather, if he needs to step in, I'll have him step in. But in the meantime, I'll just have him kind of be protective. Okay.
What the hell is that for a creature?
All right, that brings
Who
Putter.
politely
You get
knocks
to be
the
the first
door?
one.
I'm gonna do an Eldritch Blast.
Eldritch Blast. Let's see some damage happen to this thing. Oh, I should have had that sheet. I should have kept that sheet open. Let's do this.
We need some
do
battle
that.
music as well, DM.
Yes, we do. What is up with me and my lack of ability to hit all of the buttons at once? Let me try this now. Okay, here we go. Battle music. Okay, there we go. Let's see here. Where did my sheet go for that? So I can tell you whether or not you hit. It went right there. And it was a, what was the roll again?
19.
19. Yeah, 19 is going to hit. Yeah, 19 definitely hits. So 6 points of force damage. As you see it now, it's a large creature, and you catch it in what seems to be shoulder. You do hear a couple of cracks, much like lobster shell kind of cracks. But it doesn't seem like it's a lot of damage for this thing.
No. Terrible roll.
I just realized I did not prep any damage spells.
It's okay. I
All
didn't
right.
prep any healing spells.
Oh yeah, and you guys haven't got your healing potions yet. So let's see what happens. Putter, is there anything else in your turn?
No.
All right.
That's it. I follow the team going down the steps. I can't see the other players.
Oh, that's interesting.
Right on.
Why can't you see the other players? That's
For
interesting.
some reason, the area I'm standing in, it's black. But when I move my character around, it lights up here
Oh, boo!
and
I see
here.
what you see. That is bizarro. I'm gonna say that's. Oh, you know what that is? That's the light thing. So you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna change Bob's light. He's not going to emit light anymore. I'm just gonna give you a dark vision instead for that distance. Okay, bud.
All right.
Yeah, that's
Okay, I see.
that did it better, right?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, that's one glitch that Roll20 has that I was hoping they'd fix, but they haven't quite fixed yet. Has vision, yes. Has dark vision. I'm making you have 40 feet of dark vision now. There. So that should still work for you now, right, Bob?
Yes.
Beauty. Okay, cool. So, yeah, Putter, go ahead and make your movement where you want to make your movement to.
I will follow them going down the steps. So I'm actually good where I'm at to attack. them.
Okay. Okay, fair enough then. That brings us to the critter. The critter... Okay, is going to... Actually, the critter's going to come step around the bottom of this stairwell. What's my speed? Oh, that's not right. He's not going to do that. Hang on. He's going to crawl himself up onto the stairwell then and come start kind of crawling up towards... Okay, I might have to roll Farrar in. I'm going to roll Farrar in. Because he's here. So I need to roll him in. Yeah, okay. And so we'll move Farrar to right here. That makes sense then. All right. So he is going to...
Assume his dex is higher than mine.
It is the same.
I'm an
so,
11. Oh, okay.
So then it becomes the wisdom, and he is definitely not got the higher wisdom than you guys. So
No.
that is
Step aside.
but he is gonna do a yeah, he's gonna do this first. So Far, what you see is that the creature opens up this jaw, and a variety of tentacles just start kind of reaching out and lashing out at Frar. And that's it. That's actually all he's going to do. Let's see if Frar's dex save is strong and is good enough, though. Here we go, Frar.
Nice knowing you.
It wasn't. Oh my gosh, he needed a 13. I was expecting... Okay, fine. So, yeah, he is now... you watch as the tentacles just kind of lash out at Frar's face, and Frar goes to swing at it, and it just like... His muscles just kind of seize up, and his eyes go wide. Why am I not getting... There we go. He is, after a fashion, grappled. Okay. That brings us to Bob.
Get this thing away from me! Oh, I had to run the other side of the stairs.
Okay.
And I said I didn't have damage spells, but it's not technically true because I forgot. By the power of the moon!
Of course.
Moonbeam!
Alright.
As a beam of moonlight shatters down right on the crustacean. Level 2.
Alright. Let's see here. What?
Oof, that's not a good roll. Oh, that's 8 plus 8. So
It's
a good roll,
okay.
actually.
That's okay.
It's the
So
max roll.
let's see what my dex save is then.
Constitution save.
Oh, it's a con save. Sorry, I rolled that wrong. Let me try that again. Yep, that's right. I definitely fail. And so this moonbeam, you're now concentrating, right, Bob?
Yes.
Okay, so this moonbeam just blasts down on the creature, causing 16 points of radiant damage. Yep.
Let go of my friend.
And yeah, that works. That's your turn.
Yes.
Brings us to Frar. Frar is not able to do things, so it's going to move us to Jetta right now.
You get his face eaten.
So Jetta, it is your turn.
You're muted.
Oh, sorry. I'll do Toll the Dead first.
Okay,
So that's a wisdom save. DC 15.
we'll see how wise this creature is. Not. Two
Beautiful.
nat ones. That was... Okay, guys, we have to do something about these dice today.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're terrible.
They're horrible. They're great for you right now for when I'm rolling the natural ones, though.
That's a 12 since he's been damaged. So.
Yeah, it is. 6 points of...
6 necrotic, or as I like to call bong damage. And then I'll also cast Spiritual Weapon since I used a cantrip.
Okay, and what are we using for your spiritual weapon? Is it going to still be the sushi roll?
No. This time, since it's an insect, you know how like little kids use magnifying glasses to like torture ants?
Oh, you're going to do magnifying glass?
Yeah.
I love it. I love it so much. All right. Magnifying glass. Let's see what I got. I have an icon for one. Do I actually have access to it? I don't. Okay, let's do this one here. Oh, these things are so tiny. Okay, this looks more like an arcane magnifying glass. I'm just going to go with this so that we can carry on.
Perfect.
Spiritual weapon, magnifying glass, smack damage. Go for it.
Yeah, that was an 18 to roll on 6 force
That's
damage.
definitely going to hit. 6 points of force damage as the ball, as he kind of goes, as the head just kind of does this and lolls, and then gets smacked by the magnifying glass. That brings us to Putter.
And I will attack again with an Eldritch Blast.
Do you now, for your Eldritch Blast, it is just 1 bolt that you get right now, right?
Right.
Okay.
25.
That definitely hits. Yeah. Go
And 12 force.
Oh wow, it's causing some damage.
And
It does
I'm
not
actually
look as
going to
good.
move. I'm going to move back to here.
Okay. All right, that's gonna bring us to the creature, who.
Moonbeam.
Ah, that's right. That's on me. That's a con
13.
save of
Half damage.
half damage on that. So that is 6 then. Yeah, 6 damage.
Is this guy getting kind of beaten up already, or is
He's getting roasted.
or
He's
does he
getting-
look, pretty healthy still?
He doesn't look he looks like he's been a little bit smacked around. A couple of the force damage in particular seems to have cracked a little bit of his shell. You definitely smell lobster cooking, but it's still very much looking like a strong creature as it attacks. And what is only one of those actually hits Frar.
But he's paralyzed, right?
Yeah, he is paralyzed, you're right, so it's with advantage, but it didn't matter because the advantage roll still wasn't any bigger. If it's large or smaller creature, yeah, okay. Right, so now Farrar is heavily grappled.
No, but I mean it's critical if it's within 5 feet.
That's right, it is critical hit, so it's going to be double. All right. There we go. All right, so yeah, Farrar takes one of the pincer claws wraps around his torso, and just squeezes. You can hear crunching underneath the pressure of the claw as some of the piercing components just go straight through into him. That brings us to Bob.
Let me just press Moonbeam. Oh, that didn't work.
That was odd.
Yeah, that's weird. Let me just do it from here. Whenever, for the first time on a turn, so if I, with my action, move the beam off him and then move it on him again,
will it do it?
All right. But I can see my friend getting eaten, right?
You can see him being crushed, yeah.
All right. Then I will use my action to run towards Frar and pull him out of the mouth of the crustacean.
No, he's not actually in the mouth, he's in the claw.
Oh, sorry, I thought you said it was the tentacles on his face.
No, the tentacles were used to do something to him to make him
all right,
freeze.
numb. Yeah, all right. Then
okay.
I will try to grab him out of the claw.
Give me a strength athletics check, if you will, please.
And would that be my Furbolg advantage?
Yeah, you can use your lovely large creature-ish type thing advantage. You have to beat a 19.
Oof. Come here, Frar, I'm saving you. 14.
No luck. You go to grab him, and Frar's not helping. He's not even moving. His muscles are completely tensed up.
Wake up, Frar! And that's it.
Yeah.
I will keep the moonbeam on him.
Okay. Frar still can't move. It is now Jetta's turn. And you're muted again.
Sorry. I'm terrible at this today. This is hard. Because I have something I could do, but I don't know if it would help because he's grappled, so...
Well, would Jetta do it?
I was going to No, she would just keep smacking this thing. I was gonna try lesser restoration to see if it would at least get rid of the paralysis, but
Ah,
I would have to
all
go
right.
over and touch him, which I don't want to do. So I'm just gonna keep doing what I'm doing. I will
All right.
switch my main spell to a guiding bolt since my spiritual weapon's already up.
Sure. So
Is a
guiding
15 hit?
bolt. A 15 does not hit,
Balls. Okay.
but you got spiritual weapon up still.
Yeah. Fuck.
Oh man, that did not turn out for you. All
I
right,
should have lesser restoration.
is that end your turn then?
Yeah.
Putter, you're up.
Okay, as my bonus action, I'm going to cast the Hex spell.
Is that concentration?
It is concentration.
Awesome.
Oh, I forgot to use my bonus action before. Fuck. So late.
So, Hex.
Hex. I need a good icon for a hex. What's a good icon for a hex?
So I got 1 point of damage on the Hex spell. Do you want to see
Okay.
the spell, or you good?
Actually, I would, if you don't mind, just because. Okay, hit it with attack. Okay. Until the spell ends, you deal an extra 1d6 necrotic damage to the target whenever you hit it with an attack.
Which ability?
And then I'm going to throw an Eldritch Blast at him.
Which
Okay,
ability
so-
are you cursing?
It's going to be Constitution for some reason. I think that'd be
Yeah.
a good one.
Yeah, I think so too.
All right then. Okay,
Those ability
so,
checks is not saves, by the way, so it won't count for the moonbeam, unfortunately.
The spell ends. Yeah, okay, so it's going to be a total of 5 points of damage on this hex. Sorry, 6 points of damage. So 5 points of Eldritch Blast damage, 1 point of hex
Yeah.
damage. Yep, I'm with you on it. Okay, so he is now hexed. And you are concentrating on that. Beauty. Anything else on your turn?
No, I'm good.
Okay. All right, and you do see as the Eldritch Blast hits him, you can see it kind of gives him a little bit of a jolt in the head, and he's these weird shell-like eyelids just kind of like doing some fast fluttering. Brings us to the creature,
Moonbeam.
Moonbeam, and
Not a good
that's
roll
con
this time.
save.
9.
This is but I got disadvantage now, so
No. It's just on checks. This is a save.
good point. Okay, well, either way, I still made it this time, so it's only half damage, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so, and it reaches out to grab you to pinch you. You're surprised at how far its claw can reach, Bob. It comes all the way out to attack you.
Oh,
Does
no.
a
No.
no? Okay, well, it's
No, you need to. You really need to try hard to not hit me, by the way.
yeah. But it's going to. It's already got Farr grappled, so it's just going to simply try to squeeze more and just automatically get the damage. 14 as Farrar's chest. You could hear it just like caving in. Farrar's in trouble, guys. Oops.
I forgot to heal him the last round.
He's in trouble. It is Bob's turn then.
Oh, keep pulling on him, hoping to grab him out of the pincers. Ah, fuck, that 20-year-old.
I got a nat 20 on that one.
Maybe I can do it as well. That would be epic.
That would be amazing.
Athletics. No, you should have done on strength checks, by the way. It should have not been constitution. It should have been strength.
Oh
Then he
well.
would have. Yeah. We should have thought of that. Oh, 19.
That's a nice roll, but not
Come
quite
on,
nice
let him
enough.
go! Yes.
And you just feel that you can
Stay-
actually
stay-
feel that Farrar is now actually kind of he's
Stay with me,
folding in your grab.
Stay with me, stay with me. As
Alright.
I cast healing word on
Nice
Farrar.
bonus action. How much?
Should have done that.
healing?
Should have done that the last time, to be honest. Hang on, I don't see it in my. Oh, it's all the way on the top. Level 2,
Level 2 healing word.
6.
6
That was a
points
waste
of healing.
waste of a spell slot.
Might be what you needed though. I went too far with that. There we go. Okay. That's gonna bring us to Farrar, who still can't do anything. Jetta, what are you doing?
He doesn't make a wisdom save or something on his turn?
No, it's just for a minute.
Paralyzed for a minute, yeah.
Mm-hmm. So Jetta, it's up to you.
Wait.
And you're muted.
You have restoration?
Sorry.
I didn't
Oh,
prep
God.
should have prepped lesser restoration.
Man.
Next time.
I'm gonna try it. This is so dumb. I'm gonna walk over the Far. If I can.
Yeah, you can.
Help me pull!
And I'm gonna slap a lesser restoration on him.
All right.
So there's that. And then
Somebody did their homework.
so that should get rid of the paralysis. And then I'm still gonna smacky with my spiritual weapon.
All right.
Burning.
Actually, oh yeah, good. Okay, cool. So that gets rid of that thing.
Fuck! I can't hit anything.
No, it just keeps on whiffing as the thing seems to be writhing around.
Yeah. And then I'm gonna. Well, actually, I'll stay where I am just to give it another target besides Far.
Fair enough. That brings us to Putter.
Okay, I still have the hex going. So first I'll do attack with the Eldritch Blast.
Go for it.
Shit.
And give me that
Yeah.
hex damage.
No, it's
And I don't think I get the hex damage now.
Oh no, that's right, because it's only until the spell ends, you deal an extra 1d d6 necrotic. So
you
you
should
do-
just
What
There
the
you go.
hell is going on?
you can also enable it, then it will just roll along with your Eldritch Blast.
That's true.
Hmm.
But for now, that's 8 points of hex damage.
Wait, 10 hits?
10 hits?
Oh no, a 10 doesn't hit. Never mind. Sorry, my bad. I was hopeful for you.
This is going so badly.
And that ends your turn then?
Yeah, that ends my bloody turn.
All right.
Moonbeam.
Moonbeam. He's not leaving this moonbeam.
Yes, 12.
Nice. Okay, let's see what the con save is.
Damn.
Aye, 6.
It just isn't penetrating through the shell. That brings us to Bob.
I'm just gonna keep pulling on him.
All right. I'm just going to
And,
hang on 1 second for me.
All right.
Okay, now we cheat, guys.
And now we cheat quickly. Let's go.
How can we cheat and roll 20? Damn it.
We've been over time, I
Alright.
think.
Sorry about that. Okay. Yeah, school is about to start, so I want to
Yeah,
try
it was
to
just
wrap this guy up.
I was just about to say.
alright, so-
Athletics for the pool. Yeah, that's a 7.
Yeah.
And then another healing word.
All right.
I got you. Don't leave us, roar. Level 1 this time. He's
Level
even
1. That
higher
was
than
better.
before.
Yeah.
Jeez.
It's enough to keep him up. Frar still is frozen in time, though.
No, he's
No.
lesser restoration, right?
Oh, that's right.
Plus
That's right. Frar's going. Oh, and then he will.
Bust the crab's claw.
He's gonna certainly
Let's see.
try. I want to see what all he's got. Superior to. He's gonna action surge this too.
How dare you keep me prisoner?
Damn.
Yeah. Oh,
There we go. Natural
Alright.
20.
Love it. Yeah, opposite ends. That's a crazy roll right there. So
Does he have like an extra die he can roll?
he is also well, he might, but he's gonna just simply action surge this instead.
Yeah,
And
he
try
has
to
the extra die as well when he rolls a critical from his orc thing. Pretty sure.
Work. Strong, half orc, savage attacks. Is that what
That's
it
yeah,
is?
that's funny.
You can roll one of the weapons. Okay, additional time. So hang
So-
on, this is D12. So let's get him to roll another D12.
Aye.
Hi.
Oh well. So hang on. So
Still
that is-
27.
That's still 27, and so you know what? I'm gonna say let's do it this way. Putter, you brought everybody down. You describe how Farrar does this.
Frar is actually going to take his axe and slash it right between his eyes. And it's going to go all the way through his mouth.
just split the lobster tail right down the middle. Gotta love it. And the thing just releases from Farar's chest and no longer is snapping at him. And you can hear Farar just kind of suck some air in as the critter, half of it falls off the other stairs, the other half of it falls onto the stairs and just peels apart. And that's where we're going to end today's session.
Okay, Wendy, real quick though. Remember me
Yeah.
saying I picked up maggots in the bag? I'm
Yeah.
going to move my, take one of the maggots out, move my hex to the maggot, and put it in my pocket.
Oh, love it. I really like this a lot. Okay.
Save
I have to write
spell
that down
slot.
as a match. That's right. You could totally do it. That's pretty clever. I'm gonna take it, and that's where we're gonna pause for the day, guys. Thank you
so
guys
much.
again. Yeah, we'll
Thanks
see where
everybody
this
for
takes
watching.
us. See if you can find the kids next week, and thanks to the chat for joining us and for watching. And we will see you all next week.
Thanks for the session, guys. It was fun.
Here.
And that's this one right here. Buzz.